Hi, Gigi. Hello. On live and a few seconds early. Check out them apples. I messed up my camera. Oh boy, oh. There you go. That's better. That's all right. What up? Hello. Thank you for the birthday wishes. I saw those. Hello, hello. You'll have to forgive me. I was woke up crying and then my nose has been going crazy. So I didn't do my makeup. It's going to look awfully pretty. That's okay. It's all right. I don't have a hot date, unfortunately. So, all right. And I do got a few donations. We'll wait for everybody to come. I'll just give it a little space. I'm going to light some blue sage, some Palo Santo. I don't know if my nose is because the mold in this place. They wouldn't fix it, and I'm not calling that maintenance man back here because he's an ass. So, that is what it is. All right, I've got my chakra bowl. I might play that a little bit. I have Palo Santo and my blue sage. I'm going to do that a little bit. And a little bit of a cleaning. Hi, Amy. Hi, Gigi. Amy, I saw your donation. I got one from Sherry first, too, so I'm going to wait to see if she comes on. And we'll kind of do first come, first serve. Amy D donated. I don't know if she's coming also. And so I did see those. And so it's going to be a lot of fun. I tried to channel a message for the collective, and Malachi came in and gave me one of my own. And he said it was just for me. But it wasn't like, woo, woo. Oh, what up? Hi. What up, jeez. Did you guys see the second fire in California? Holy shit. So there was a new fire that started last night, and it's already bigger than the Oak fire. And they believe it was possibly started by lightning. And if you watch that video I showed you guys, I talked about fires the whole way through. I was like, oh, another fire. Oh, fire. Can I send the link to the donations? Absolutely. Is that what you're asking about, or the fire? I don't know. Here, let me do this. I'll give you the actual link. Hopefully you guys can still see me. And then I have this song still playing very loudly in my head, and I didn't lock it. I mean, it's a good song. Here, let me give you the exact link. All right. She said yes. I'm assuming it's the donation one. That's for the donations, and then I don't know where the fire one was. Also, you guys, those that donate for the healing sessions, so the 44 and above, I'm going to pick for a free, full-blown healing session with me, okay? So if you donate today, by the end of today's video, I will pick I will pick somebody to have a free session with me, and I'm now using Calendly, so if we do that, I will just send you a link to my calendar, and you can schedule that with me, okay? So I'm just going to do a little bit of space cleansing, energy cleansing while we're waiting. One of the last healing sessions I did, you guys, was super badass. It was badassery. Oh my gosh. Sometimes you think you're in a void or you think you're not connected, and then you do something and you're like, holy shit, nope, I'm still very much so connected. It was very powerful and very amazing. But here's the thing. I've done this twice now where I remove tumors from the brainstem, and it was so cool. And I go energetically within, but she's like, I can feel it. And I'm like, don't move. And I think Amy H, we did something like this with you. It was something to do with your brainstem. I think you were the first one I did that to. And I had her energetically, I was moving her head, and I had to split the brainstem from the spinal column. And then it was this tiny tumor, and I was layering it off. And she's like, I can feel it. And don't move. It was insane. It was very powerful. Oh, I did it live on here for you too. Okay. I was thinking I had done another one. I didn't realize that was live. So how exciting is that, right? Also, Sherry donated, so I'm going to give it a little time and see if she shows. Oh, and then I have that song really loud in my head. All right, Gigi, I see you too. So the order is going to be kind of in the way they donate, right? There's Sherry. Sweet. All right. So we will do Sherry first, and then we have Amy H, and then we have Amy D, and then we have Gigi. Hopefully I got that right. Let me know if I get that wrong, but that's what I got. So I'm really excited. I'm really excited about today's healings, you guys, and messages. I have a feeling they're going to be very loud, very, not loud. Sorry, that song's playing loud in my head, but they're going to be very powerful. So I'm really excited. But then I have a song, You Don't Own Me. And I don't know if it's like smoke screens or if like, I don't know what is going on there. It's been an interesting weekend to say the least. So according to Malachi, though, I should believe in love. That was his message to me. So I'm just going to sit with that. Whatever that means, right? I'm going to light a little bit of Palo Santo and just do a little bit of space clearing and a little bit. They want a little bit of light language. So just a tiny bit to clear our bubble, our space, our energy. And also to allow people to receive in the way that they need to receive. Okay? And that I can give in the way I need to give. Everything in highest light only. So I have a few of my tools here. I have my Palo Santo. I like saying that. Such a white girl. I'm not like, I took Spanish in high school and failed it, okay? Because I couldn't roll my R's. So every time I'm like, El Diablo and Palo Santo, I'm like, look at me. I don't sound so wet today. No offense to anybody. I love everybody if you know who I am, okay? I'm going to cleanse the space. I always set my bubble and my intention ahead of time, but I'm just going to do a little more. It's my birthday, so I might get a little goofy, a little out of it, a little weird. Wish I could celebrate. Like, to be honest, the happiest day in the world would be if David showed up here tonight and I got to actually smoke a little bowl with him. I don't know if I ever can again, but because I beat that addiction. I'm not addicted anymore. We beat the shadow of the whole. That's what that video is about. All addictions, everything. You guys, we beat it. It was all part of that shadow of the collective whole. It was awesome. But to be honest, that would be the best birthday I could ever have. Is if he showed up here and I got to throw one back with him and chill the rest of the day, right? Wouldn't that be awesome? That would be awesome. Malachi says to believe in love. So whatever that means. So I do ask that everybody be open to receive magical healing and messages and love of every kind, insights, and to remove any energies that do not belong with any of us in any way, shape, or form. If my fan is too loud, let me know. It's got super hot here today. So it was like super cool the last few days, and then today the earth is on one, if you guys haven't noticed. Probably my fault, but that's okay. You know, I talk about everything that's happening being divinely guided. That doesn't mean I won't pray for everybody across the globe, right? And Kentucky's had some flooding, random opening up of the sky and pouring down water, and it did cost lives. And I kind of talked about this in my videos. I mentioned the water. I mentioned everything. Okay. So I'm just cleansing the space. I'll do a very quick light language before we get started. It's going to go right into healings today. I'm just giving everybody space and time. And I will see if there's any kind of collective message they want everybody to know, like regarding the ascension. Also, you guys, if you have questions regarding anything that I do or anything that's happening, I like those. Don't hesitate to ask them, okay? For whoever's here, even if you're new and you're watching and you watch the stuff that I do and you have questions, you don't have to email me those ahead of time. I'm totally not afraid on the moment, in the moment, on the spot stuff. I'm highly connected, so don't ever hesitate, okay, to ask questions. I see a lot of other people, like I've watched other people do live messages and stuff too, and they have you like email them ahead of time and weird things. I don't do that. Homie, don't play that way around this game, okay? We are all natural. I really, truly do believe in my gift and how connected we all are, right? And so again, I love them. Don't ever hesitate. You can actually, if you're not even getting messages and you didn't donate for healing or anything, still comment your questions, okay? I'm all good with that. All right, so I will just pull one card for the collective and see what they have to say. Archangel Gabriel stepping forward just for a quick collective message. Whew, I told you I'm like highly sensitive. Watch out. Let's see what he has to say. Justice is being served. Please do not get caught up in fears and trials and tribulations and woe is me. And fear is a big one, especially when we watch things that are about to unfold. Know that everything is right where it's supposed to be. It is our duty to listen to that inner nudge, that inner light, that inner knowing, and to not hesitate. Nothing else but thy will and free will can be demonstrated upon. So if you have a nudge to move, just move. If you have a nudge to do something out of your comfort zone, do it, and do it quickly, because nobody knows what time, what day, and how and which way things are going to come. But we can guarantee you they're still going to come. They're going to come every day in every way. So just trust your inner knowing, your inner light, and your inner wisdom, and allow it to guide your way. For as they've told me, I'm like kind of both. I'm like Gabriel and me all at the same time, but as they have told me, it's a dawn of a new day. Allow the earth to guide our way. And he says, so much love. Okay, so that was a Gabriel, right? Like, who did I just channel? I don't even know. It's just coming through. All right, so one quick card for the collective, and then we will get going. Sherry, you are up. You donated for healing. Yeah, is that what you are hoping to have? Just checking, touch and base. So just say yes if that is what it is you were looking for, and then I will start tuning in after I pull a card for the collective. You don't own me. I don't know why I'm singing that song. It's in my head. All right, cool. So as long as you're good with general, that is what I will do. That is usually how I work when I do my actual healing sessions, you guys, because keep in mind, somebody today is going to win one, and it's going to be a full-blown one. And if you haven't worked with me, those that have, right, most that come to my life have. Sherry, I don't think you've had a one-on-one with me yet. You've done a couple of my workshops now, I think. But my one-on-ones are a little different, so I don't ever ask. If at any time I'm going and you don't like it, you can actually energetically yell stop. You can put stop on here. You can ask questions. But usually I run with it, and then we ask questions in the end. Okay? That's truly how I am. All right? And that's how I teach my kiddos. You guys are not my kiddos. Just ain't they here. But I was like, Amy Agent just ain't they're my kiddos. No, they're not. They came through my academy. But that's how I teach them to work too. Like, I don't know. Those who ask questions prior, I always go, trust your instincts, you know? All right. So they want me to do it this way for the collective whole. Be playful. This is a message for the collective, okay? For everybody. I don't care how challenging times are. If we can take time and be playful, it will help us in every way. Be playful. Allow yourself to be that kid again. And this is what I talk about too when I talk about healing our childhood. I don't like going backwards. You like bring that child now. Oh, my camera. And allow yourself to experience joy and playfulness. You're going to have my thumb in your face. There we go. Okay. And so that's kind of the message for the collective. Because, right, if you look at the news, we're all fucked. We're all going to die. Oh my God, that's not true. Please don't go there. Everything is divinely guided. It does look very scary, and you are supposed to trust your inner knowing, right? But the way to trust your inner knowing also, and to relieve some of that fear, is to be playful. It's more important than you would ever know going through these changes and through these times, okay? And when you have people trying to hurt you or trying to keep you down or don't understand, or when you have these crazy weather patterns happening and all these weird things happening, and food shortages over here, and people talking about the end of days over here, and it's heavy, it's not fun, and where the hell did the good days go, right? And so let's just be in joy. Let's be playful. Let's look for things to have joy in, to find joy in. And this will help us in every way, but it will also help us listen to our inner light and our inner knowing even easier. Okay? All right. I'm already kind of tuning in. So Sherry, you are up. to my twin flame. I don't know if he watches these or if he even is right now, but we can tune down the music just for a moment. I'm getting now that I don't think that song is directed at me, and I like it, and I would gladly sing it with you to the top of our lungs, but for now I need clearness. All right. Sherry, this is for you. So what I usually do is call on the Creator and all the angels, put a white light around you. Mary Magdalene is around you. St. Genevieve is around. You're definitely going through an awakening. Holy shit. And a bit of a dark night of the soul, but that's also because of the shadow work you're doing. They're saying congratulations. So you are about to up level. We are going to do some DNA activations today. And I'm also being drawn to your liver and kidneys, your gallbladder area, your thyroid, your hypothyroid. So we're just gonna run with it. Okay, we got a few things to do. They're asking you to trust your instincts. So as soon as I start drawing in, I feel it in my sacral. I'm in my sacral big time, and it doesn't feel very good. All right, and so it's a little off kilter. So I'm gonna start drawing the light in. I'm like, wait, here, there's a lot going on. Let's draw the light in from the core of the earth. We're gonna bring it up into your feet. Ooh. And they are pulling you down. Archangel Michael is like, whoosh. They are pushing you down to the earth because you're like floating off in space, okay? A while ago, I cut everybody off from the earth, and there's some of us that are just having a hard time getting reconnected again. And this is kind of what's going on with you. Plus your left foot is blocked. Your left palm is kind of blocked. And so this kind of causes us to disconnect. You could be asking, why are they blocked? As we release, we naturally do that. As we're healing, we naturally can do that. As we're going through big changes, dark nights of the soul, voids, all these things, we can just easily block ourselves and unconnect. When we release, just kind of look at it as releasing from the core out, and it's layered, and we have to allow our body to move, okay? So it's natural. It happens very easily. So I just wanted to let you know that. So I'm bringing the light up from your ankles into your calves. Archangel Michael is helping me ground you because I'm going the opposite way because I got a lot going on here. But they are making sure the light is coming down from the heavens above, going down through your vessel, and your cords are being reconnected, healed, and brought down into the earth. So you're getting connection. So as we're grounding you, they're coming from your hands, your feet, and your root. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 connections going into the earth. And as they want me to describe this to you because you can do this yourself. And I know I'm going kind of fast, trying to slow down a little bit. They're throwing a lot at me for you. Paying attention because this will help you ground later on as you go through these shiftings, because man, have you got one coming through, right? You are a medium, by the way. I don't know if you're aware of that. You've got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 to 10 relatives popping in and out. 2 of them are coming in and out. So there's a lot of people surrounding you. Holy shit, Rick Spatman, like it's overwhelming. And so you might be feeling that way sometimes. You might be feeling overwhelmed. You might be feeling like there's a lot of energy around you. And I'm not going to lie, there is. Because they can tell you're connecting. They're excited. They're excited to be in your energy. They're excited to be with you. Okay. And so, but you're in control. You're in absolute control. I actually did a mediumship course too. I don't think you did that one. But you're definitely a medium. Okay. You have gifts. You have connections. You have talents within you. And they are starting to rise. Okay. And as they're grounding you, I want you to just kind of drop your energy from your head. This is for you going forward to ground yourself a little bit, going through these crazy times. Just imagine your energy dropping from your head, and everybody can take this tool, and going down into your body, going down through your body, through your hands, through your feet, and through your root, which is at the base of your spine, and going into the earth. And as soon as they hit the earth, they're going to root out like tree branches everywhere. Because sometimes we can't go to the core with the work that I did, you guys, because the core of the earth is very heated. It's expanding. And so sometimes it does kick us out. Okay. And if that happens and you feel like you can't ground, tree root all over the earth's layers and touch some trees. It's true. And just walking by trees. And I'm getting a lot of chills as I say that. Okay. So Sherry, for you, it's very important to connect with nature and the trees. Okay. And then I'm like hearing a breeze through the leaves, through the bustling like of the trees, right? If you can learn to meditate with the trees, you're going to receive messages like crazy. Okay, going forward, it's going to help you connect very easily. And if you want to truly tune into the mediumship, if you sit by a tree and do it, it's just going to help you in the flow. I don't know if you've done it before or not, right? But it's just going to help you in the flow. Okay, messages coming through. All right, so I'm going to draw the light up further from your thighs as they're all grounding you. There is some cords of connection here. So you do have people trying to, what I call succubuses. Some people call them energy vampires. They're like, ooh, she's rising. Okay. There's a couple of people around you. So I don't know if it's where you go to work, but that's kind of where I'm leaning to. And they're like, they can see it. They can smell it. And I would actually say they're not necessarily of the light, okay? It's not something you want around you. So it's a really good idea for you to put a bubble around you at all times, like when you go into those places, because you're rising. And so it's kind of like I want that energy, right? But it drains you. I feel drained. I feel tired. I feel irritated. I feel annoyed. And then I go home and I'm bitchy and it's like I'm just kind of snappy. And that's not me. It's because it's not you. Do you understand? You are a medium, and so you're very, very, very susceptible to those energies attaching to you. And Michael is just like cutting the cords. It's like they look like dark tentacles. That's the best way to describe it. Okay, and it was probably making you quite ill, feel drained. All right, the best bet is to take salt baths and to definitely put up light bubbles of protection when you go to those places. Okay, that's number one. All right, so I'm drawing the light up through light through your thighs into your hips. Let me check and see if you've stopped me. Okay, that's funny you said that. All right. Sweet. Getting a lot of validations, but you're not stopping me, so that's good. All right, so I'm going to bring up the light into your root chakra, because here we're going to actually do some physical and some energetic healing on you, okay? Because your sacral's a little bit tilted. I'm going to also put a bubble of light around my twin flame and just kind of separate that energy a little bit, but I feel like he needs protections. And I just got chills. Okay, so I'm just going to do that. That's a side note. It's just something I got to do for my vessel so that I can heal you as well and for him. Okay, it's kind of separate, healed over there. Protected. I get to protect him. They're saying I get to protect him. So they're doing that. Okay. All right. So now I'm drawing the light into your root chakra and we're opening up. It's like opening up. It's almost like a book would open, like, whoo, and there's this light shining in it. And it's very vibrant. You're very in tuned. Like, it's insanely how connected you truly are. And it's going to be not so easy coming up into that. So let's say you knew you were connected. This is going to be still an insane rise. And I would say, it's your fault because you did my workshops, but that's not a bad thing, right? That's not a bad thing. It's why you were drawn to them. It's why you were drawn to this work. And it's why you're here. Okay. You guys, if you found me, there's always a reason. So just know you're listening to that guidance and you're doing well. All right. But as they're opening your root, it's like a book. It's like a book. You're rewriting chapters. You're rewriting chapters for your loved ones, and you're clearing karma like crazy. All right. You're clearing lots of karma. You were also alive in Salem, and they want me to bring this up. So this is a past life that's coming up in your root chakra. You were alive in Salem. Okay. And that's partly what's rising within the shadow, because we actually cleared and healed Salem. So that's not surprising. Okay. It's like your pieces are coming back to you. My pieces of my soul, my pieces of my light, my pieces of myself are all coming back to me here. Okay. And it's allowing you it's going to allow you to feel more connected, more grounded, and more alive than you've ever felt before. So all of your power is coming back to you. Okay. Yeah, so you weren't alone either in there. So a couple of your ancestors, they're the ones on the other side. There was 2 of them that were there with you as well. Okay. And so they've traveled with you many times over. They're just not here right now. So that's part of why they're really with you in this time frame, because they're getting theirs back, and so are you. Okay. So that's what's going on in your root. Now I'm going up into your sacral, which is a little bit tilted. So I'm going to just kind of, I gotta move it over. It's a little tilt. It's not exactly great. It feels a little painful. It hurts a little bit, and I'm like cramping a little bit. I'm like cramp. It's on my left side that it doesn't feel great. It's not like extreme pain. It just, I don't like it. I want it out. I don't like it. It doesn't feel good. And so you might experience that. This absolutely has to do with a little bit of like, I got a sour taste in my mouth, right? I got a little bit of sour taste in my mouth. And this is because of what I went through. And it's just all of that's rising within you. It's almost like you've had a little bit of some information come through from your past you weren't aware of. Lack of a better term on alive. That's all they want me to say on that one. Okay. It is like you came into some realizations of some shit you didn't realize. Okay. And so that's just like we're taking it out and we're putting it aside. And I feel like, I don't know if it's brother, there's a male energy there, and it's just, I'm not too thrilled, like I'm not too happy, and we're just putting that aside. There's no reason to do anything else with it other than to open it up to healing in every way. Okay, you're not going to get the validation you're seeking, is what they're saying, and so I'm going to give it to you here today. And so at the same time, there's a little bit of a relationship healing. You got a lot going on. A little bit of that going to happen at the same time, which is the figure 8. And I'm not going to run you through that. It's just going to start happening in your energy. Okay. Fixing your sacral. And now you're going to get a DNA activation. So that light is coming up from the core. I'm bringing it from the core of the earth. There was also a tie to Egyptian time frames for you. Not a coincidence, right? A lot of us have these that find me. There's not a coincidence here at all. And so we're bringing that up. And it's going to DNA activation starting through all of your chakra systems as well and into your DNA. Okay. There's a lot going on here. So I'm not going to focus on one thing, but that's happening. You're going to feel it rise. You're going to feel it make changes over the next few days. Okay. And your awareness, you're going to get sudden downloads. All right. It's a lot, but it's okay. It's like a little bit clunkiness, and then it's going to mellow out and be a lot easier for you. Okay. So just bear with it. All right. Now I'm going to move on. So I'm going to ask the angels to continue helping opening your chakras, because I got to go to your liver. I got to go to your liver, your kidneys, your gallbladder, your thyroid, and your hypothalamus. Okay. And the liver first. So I'm at your liver. And do you realize that there is a connection here from alcoholics within your family? So what I'm saying is not like necessarily like you're an alcoholic, but it's almost like your parents were. There's some kind of tie here to alcoholism, and it's within your liver. And I feel like that's part of the shadow that you're also releasing, which is really strange, right? Why is it in my liver if I wasn't the one drinking? Yeah, good question. But that's the way our bodies work. That's the way energy works. And that's the way our genetics work. Good on us, right? That's what we do to our loved ones. And we didn't know, we think we're doing it to ourselves, but we actually pass it on. So I am recognizing that, I'm healing that, and I'm clearing that. I'm clearing it completely. And I don't know if you've had a fear that it's going to run rampant within your family. It's not continuing. It's like, boom, done. We're done. Nobody's going to suffer that way anymore. Okay. But I am clearing that out of your liver. That's the first thing. And be careful with elimination of salt. You need salt intake. I would just watch the foods that already have it in there. You don't need to add extras. It's like never eliminate anything. Just balance everything out. Okay. And oddly enough, mushrooms will help you balance that out within your liver, but don't stop salt. All right. I'm going to do a little check-in. Okay. Oh my God. She's seen herself in Salem, uncomfortable in a metal taste. All right, just breathe with it. I will ask for a little bit more comfortability for you with the work that I do, okay? All right, so don't stop doing salt. Don't take away anything. And you're not, I don't know if you've heard these things before. I feel like you've been told certain things before, possibly by doctors and other things, and it just leaves you feeling frustrated and confused, but you try them and it's not working. It's just not going to work. Okay, you don't need to eliminate anything. You don't need to eliminate sugars. You're not a full-blown diabetic. Please don't take any kind of insulin or anything like that. I'm also being drawn for that. Your insulin intake I keep hearing diabetic. You're diabetic. I was going to tell you you're not diabetic. So I don't know what the conflicting energy and the conflicting messages are about. I'm sorry if I'm confusing you worse with that, but I'm telling you what I'm seeing in your system. You are not diabetic, and I can get your body to reproduce insulin. But if you go any further, it's going to do permanent damage. So I don't know if you're on insulin. I don't know if they've called you type 2 diabetic. I don't know what's going on there. I'm just showing you what I see. So I'm drawn to your kidneys and your liver. And I'm going to do a kidney flush. I'm going to do again. I feel like you do have some fake substances within your system from like doctors' prescriptions, things like that. And I can feel it in my my thalamus, my hypothalamus, gallbladder. It's affecting everything here. And then I'm like, estrogen. I need to do some estrogen repair. Okay, estrogen repair, estrogen repair. And so I'm just kind of going into all these different areas, all right? Then your brain, your kidneys, your liver, it's all over. Thyroid, hypothalamus, epiglottis. Just bear with me. I know I'm all over the place, but I got to do what they tell me to do. It's like I got to go here, I got to go there, I got to go here, and it's light, it's light, it's light, it's light. I'm flushing. Then I got to go to your kidneys, and I'm like, squeeze it out, squeeze that shit out, and it's going to make you feel like you have a UTI for the next 2 days. I'm sorry, I'm going fast. It's a lot. You've got a lot going on. I can't complete it all today. However, we're doing a lot today, and you're going to have to be really kind to your system. Please promise me you will continue drinking water over the next few days, because I'm flushing some toxic stuff out of your system. If you do not continue to flush it out with water, you will feel like you have the flu, okay? That's what they're telling me. All right. Back in your kidneys. I'm like really squeezing the crap out of them. So I'm sorry if you feel achy. You might have a little bit of back pain in the lower back as I'm doing it. Now I'm going to your liver. I'm going to your liver again. And I'm like, there's this mucousy layer on the liver, which is causing you. And I feel like this has to do with the alcohol thing, right? And I know I don't call you an alcoholic. I don't feel like you're an alcoholic at all, but there is damage here from that, which is odd, right? I feel like it stems from father. I feel more like father. It's definitely in your genetics, okay? And so this is being cleansed out. It's also part of the shadow work, the collective shadow, and it's coming out of your liver. Isn't it weird how our bodies work? It's kind of cool, isn't it? And I can see it, okay? And so it's almost like you have sclerosis of the liver, but you don't. It's not yours. This is really weird how I'm seeing it. So your liver is good, but somebody had sclerosis of the liver, and so I'm seeing both combined. And I'm like scraping this mucus layer off, and then there's like this black layer on the outer, but it's not yours. So it's really easy to come off, that black layer. The mucus layer, however, is part of the insulin uptake intake mishap, okay? And so I'm removing that. I don't know if you're on insulin. I would severely question that. I'm not a doctor. I'm a healer. I can only see what I see and give you the information I have. Please know that the rest is for you to choose, okay? I would say if you're on insulin, if it were me, I would stop, because the work I do is very real, and they will bounce against each other, and it's going to create havoc within your system. However, I also don't like telling people, hey, go against your doctor, and then they get concerned and something happens. It is free will. Okay. I'm telling you what I got. Now I'm going to your epiglottis, your thyroid, your hypothalamus, your pituitary gland, your gallbladder. And it's like this mucus all over, and I'm like scraping it all off. Your body's having a hard time giving what it needs to give out and taking in what it needs to take in. I feel like everything is like, it's just kind of, all right. Now I'm really in your thyroid and your thyroid and your hypothalamus, your epiglottis. There's a few things going on at the same time. You might feel it deep in your throat, because I do. I do. My body's like, that's what? And I'm just like, ooh, okay, ooh, I can do this. Ooh, I can feel this. I will tell you over the next coming days, your urine's going to shift in and out. It's going to be like darker. You might have a little bit of blood in it when you do kidney work. That happens quite often. Do not panic if it does. It's temporary, especially if you drink water to flush. Okay. Your appetite could be non-existent, and that's okay too, as long as you're drinking your water. There's nothing wrong with that. That's your body saying, I need time to filter all this out. Okay. And it's a reset too. So if you don't feel hungry, that's okay. It'll pass within a couple of days. If that's the case, just be light on your body. Please listen to your body. Please listen to you over doctors. Listen to your inner knowing over the doctors right now. Okay. My work contradicts doctors' work. This is a common thing I face. Okay. Now I'm also in your throat chakra. It's like, I got to open that up. That sucker's tight. Like, I got to open it up. I got to open it up. Spirit is saying, don't ever be afraid to speak your truth, because you're going to help others around you. You have a purpose, and it's they want to call it like a responsibility, but it's one through free will. Okay. You are going to wake up those around you, even if they want to bite your head off at first, or if they say they don't agree with you, they will. That's what they're saying. They will open up. You just have to give them time and space and plant those seeds. But if you dim your light, you're doing a disjustice to all of you. Okay. Because that is part of your purpose. I know that was a lot really fast. So I'm giving everything space and time, and I'm going back through your system. Okay. The angels did your chakras, but I'm helping with the throat. It's like, you got to open that up. Like, don't be afraid to speak your truth. Don't ever be afraid to speak your truth. That is false. That is ego. That is part of the shadow. Let it go. Let it go. Judgment is not real. It's in all of our hearts. None of us want to judge, my dudes. None of us. It's not real. It's not true. We truly all do love ourselves and love each other. That's part of that shadow. Okay. And when we step out of that discomfort, out of our comfort zone, we learn that every time. It's like, oh my God, and if they judged you a year from now, they're going to come back and say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. So let that go. All right. They're telling me that was a lot. If I did too much more, you would get pretty sick. Okay. Because everything's in layers. I, again, don't know if they've diagnosed you. The biggest red flag I have is this insulin. Okay. The healing that I did on your liver and kidneys, your epiglottis, the helping the estrogen levels, all of that kind of stuff helps your system balance out, helps you produce the insulin you need. The only thing about your diet, I would say, is you need balance, right? Too much of anything is not good. If I just ate salads 24/7, I got to balance that out. I might be missing my protein, right? Like everybody needs balance. Okay. So be kind, listen to your body, give yourself space to filter this out. Water for definite, drinking more water than you usually would for a couple days to flush. Your urine, again, can smell funny, look funny. Don't panic. It will pass. It's because of the deep kidney flush that I just squeezed the shit out of them. All right, girlfriend. So Michael is around you. Again, you have Mary Magdalene, St. Genevieve. They are with you. They're with you through this transition and through your major awakening, because that's what they're calling it. Okay. The Egyptian tie is the DNA activations that is returning to you. These are things that are returning to you. Okay. And so is your power from Salem. It's done. It's already done. It's coming back to you. And it will continue to do so over the next few days. So dreams are relevant. Downloads are relevant. And you're going to start to see spirits probably more than you ever have. And it's up to you what you do with it. You are in total charge. All right. If your vibration's high, the dark ones can never get in. Put bubbles around you when you go to work or wherever it is that you're going. Okay. That people are trying to really drain your energy from. Ooh, wow, that was a release. And don't ever be afraid to speak your truth, because if you don't speak your truth, you're dimming your light for others that don't know how to allow theirs to shine. Okay? I know that was a lot. I am just drawn to the sacral area really quick again. I'm feeling a little bit of discomfort there. So what I'm hearing is just more healing, and they're opening up your chakras, and it's going to continue to allow stuff to release. So I'm just going to put a bubble around you, all right, of major protections. And I forgot to do the light language for all of us. So I'm just going to do it here for you especially, but for all of us, okay? This is for like maximum protection and ease with your body, and also in these transitions, our physical vessel can take a hit. And so this will help all of us, okay? I could do what you want to do. I like to do what you did, but yeah, I could do it. I could do I could do what got to do to what I could do what I could do. Mm-hmm. It's beautiful light around you. I could do what could do more. I could die in the mood too. And they're also that's protecting your grounding cords, your connections to the earth, okay? All right, I'm starting to pull my energy out of yours, but I'm going to leave you highly protected because you're going through a lot. There's no doubt. There's no doubt about that. And now your body is going to go through more, okay? Be kind to yourself. Listen to your body. That is your best bet. And trust your instincts and speak your truth. I don't care what others say. Judgment is false, and it's them purging that themselves. So don't ever listen to it. It's not real. In our heart of hearts, we all are the same. That's that relationship healing that will also continue, okay? Until it's not needed anymore. Aw. Donita, I've been wondering where you were. Aw, hi, Layla. If it's my link, I put the actual link up there, so maybe that'll work for you. If it's yours, I don't know. PayPal can suck. Oh, you're so welcome, Sherry. Thank you. I forget it's my birthday sometimes. Oh shit, another day earlier. Honestly, there's only one person I wanted to see today. Thank you. Oh, that was awesome. Give me a second to adjust out of that one. That was a lot, Sherry. I'm really sorry. I can only do what Spirit wants me to do. Thank you, everybody, for being patient, though, through that. Oh, I see. Layla, I see this. Hang on a second. You're wanting healing. I want to give it to you. Let me see if I can fix this. That was awesome. Sherry, I'm having a hard time coming out of that. Please be kind to yourself because it was a lot. I wonder if I switch that request around. I don't know if it's going to let me. I tried to fix it. I'll check into it later too. PayPal is strange. You know who owns PayPal, right? So by the way, it may actually crash soon too. We'll see. It's not of the light all the way. Sherry says, yes, it was a lot. It was. That's why I don't like to ask questions. I let Spirit kind of really shaky. Okay, Sherry, drink water. Okay, drink. The work I do is very real, you guys. I've never had anybody come out of it without changes to their system. And they continue. Gigi, yes, your donation did go through. Absolutely. So we had Sherry, we have Amy H, Amy D, Gigi, right? Do I have that right? Keep me straight, guys. I think that's right. And then Layla was trying to. So I'm going to hold space for that. I would really like to give her one as well. Aw, thanks, guys. Okay, Amy H is next. So if you're with me, just say yes. I know hers was for a healing. And again, if you guys stick with me till the end, I will do a couple of, I'm going to probably do more than one. We'll see how it goes, but I will do a free giveaway for a healing session with me. This one will be a one-on-one through Zoom, and they usually last about an hour. It's a $95 value. Okay. I do charge a little bit more. So you guys can see I'm not normal. All right. Amy H is with me still. Okay. Let me still transition out of Sherry because that was a lot. Really be kind to yourself, girlfriend. All right. Oh, yeah. Amy H. You're behind on a DNA activation, apparently. Let me run my nose. That doesn't make sense. Let me wipe my nose live for you guys. Just a little bit runny. It's been a weird day for my nose. Scored with my left hand. I made a basket. All right. Oh shit, Amy H. They want to take you through a portal. What that means, I don't know yet. Are you ready? Okay. Something to do with the pyramid work that we've done, and you need a DNA activation to go into the new timeline. That's what it is. Okay. You just weren't ready until now. There's a lot of stuff going on with your energy too, because it's like a hard transition into your space. It's a really hard transition into your space. You're releasing, you're up leveling the trust within yourself. So this will help a little bit with that, but they said as you keep going, you're going to build more trust in yourself, because I feel like when you were doing them on me, you were absolutely trusting in yourself. And now that I've kind of like set you free and you graduated, you've kind of lost a little bit of that luster and trust in yourself. And so I'm going to help you through that a little bit today as well. Okay. Because you've got it. You're okay. It's just allowing yourself to be vulnerable every time. Remember that combo. It's a vulnerability. Doing what we do is a vulnerability. You can see what I do. I'm not having people email me shit. I don't know anything. I've never done a healing on Sherry before. I've never been into her system like that. And it's just, the chills. It's giving your space. Yeah, that doesn't make sense either. Why can't I talk straight? Giving yourself trust and space to allow things to come through as they need to come through. It's when we place expectations on them that Spirit's like, this is where I can't work. This is what's going to block it, because it's okay, right? Like, you've got this. So I remember saying this to you guys before. I don't know if it was in our final meeting. It's like the gifts are already in you. They won't go away. You can't undo the awakening that you've had. You can't undo. It's not like I gave you these gifts. These were your gifts, but we won't go backwards in time. What blocks it is that expectation and the trust within ourselves. And it's a vulnerability. It's like ripping the Band-Aid off every time. Okay. You are ready for stranger dangers, like big time stranger dangers. Okay. And so this is just part of the message going into your energy that you needed to hear. However, you do need a DNA activation. Then you will be transitioning timelines. So you'll be coming further from 4 into 4D type energy. You're not quite to 5D yet. We're in 4D for you. Big time though. You're not in 3D at all. That's dead. And that's where you'll struggle. Okay. Like at all. Your energy is more 4D going towards 5D. Okay. So it's not normal. It's hard. It's a hard transition. It's death to the old self and awakening to the new self. And it continues. Okay. It's not easy. All right, Amy. So I'm going to draw the light up from the ground and up into your feet. Like, you know the drill. I know the drill. All right. You definitely have Azrael with you. So there's death here going on and the birth to the new you. And it's not easy, but you're going to have to allow yourself to be more vulnerable. That's what they're saying. Okay. Allow the vulnerability to come through. And here we are again with judgment. So I think we're collectively purging that from the shadow work that I did. But it's really hard because a lot of us wish we could go back. I wish I could go back to the normal ways and things were just normal, right? But we're not in a normal world. And so that judgment is really hard to navigate through because, again, remember, we know this in our hearts. None of us judge. God doesn't judge. None of us judge, but we were conditioned to judge. That's just the way we were conditioned to do. It's like if you look back in high school, you have the jocks, you have the Gothic group, you have like all these divisions, and we would judge each other, right? And I was the weird one who fit in with everybody. I was up at the Stoner Hill. I was at the Smoker Hill. I was playing hacky sack. Like I wasn't normal. I was with every group you could possibly think of. And so in truth, that's my point. That's kind of how we all are. Okay. Let the judgments go. Nobody's going to judge you. And if they do, it's just their shadow they're throwing up. Okay. Give them space to do that. Never dim your light. Keep shining it because you're going to help theirs start to shine. Oh, I'm going to throw up. Oh. Oh. Do you remember the light body activations? I gotta dump a lot of you out. It's like as I'm going into your energy, it's like I gotta dump a lot into the ground. Oh, fudge. It's like a whole skin suit. Oh, oh. This is not an easy one. Oh, shit bricks. It has to do with the shadow that you went because you did my workshop with me. And it's like this. This whole layer of you is being eliminated right now. It's like you're throwing it up. You're purging it out. And that's because you did this is what I've been trying to warn everybody is your shadow will rise. And if you aren't doing my workshops and you don't know how to deal with this, it can get really heavy. But she did my workshop. I'm throwing up foam. I'm seeing like a male tell you you're out of your fucking mind. Like, it's not an easy one to go. It's trying to hold on. It's not darkness that's yours. Okay, I don't know if you're asking that. This is a shadow piece that you're purging because you did my workshop. And so I'm helping you dump it. That's why Azrael's with you. It keeps trying to reattach. And anytime you go into ego and you give ego strength, that's what's going to eat you. Okay. It's allowing yourself to be more vulnerable and trusting the process a little bit more. Okay. Dive in, jump in. You're good to go. You are so connected. And this is a reminder into that. But this is also what you were feeling that was kind of maybe making you think you were blocked. You weren't, but it's trying to reattach here. So I'm just cutting. This is like cutting a layer of skin. It's gross, but that's kind of the way it's appearing. It's like a whole piece of yourself, and I'm like cutting off the skin, literally detaching that skin layer, and I'm dumping it in the ground. That shit's done. It's just done. Your brother. Do you have a brother? You need to help your brother. He is part of this shadow piece, and I feel like you're gonna awaken him. I don't know what that relates to or why that's coming out here, but that's the one I was like, this is shit. This is crazy. Like, this is stupid. This isn't real. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, now we're ready for the DNA activations and you going into the new timeline. Oh, there's a lot of shifting. There's you're ringing in my ear. Malachi is also with you. I got to tell you what I'm hearing. You definitely do resonate with 144,000. I don't know if you asked that. I don't know if you needed clarification into that. You do, and so does your soulmate. Okay, that's why you've had to heal him. All right. We have multiple soulmates. Okay, this is not necessarily a twin flame per se. It kind of is, kind of isn't. It's a different level, but you do resonate with 144,000. Yours is a little bit layered. You'll figure out the rest as you go, but that is validation. Okay. Oh shit! Now I'm getting a headache again. Oh. Not mine. It's like, that's just because of a big release. You're gonna feel a little yucky. All right. So I'm drawing the light up again through your system. I'm going straight to your DNA. There's a little bit of repair I have to do here. Something about like the 22nd helix. I don't know nothing about this. I'm not a doctor. I'm just seeing what I'm seeing. So you know how in DNA you have like these helixes or whatever they're called, and so I have to do a repair on one of them. I feel like this might be what was blocking the DNA activation. And I think this has to do with the 144,000. Because remember, I sent those out, and so it might have been being blocked for you. So we're going to do this repair on the DNA, okay? And as I'm doing it, my head hurts. So you might have a lot of pressure. I don't know what that relates to. It might also be because of the releasing I just did. So it's almost like I have to send light and completely just repair that section, completely replace that section. It's just I have to completely replace it. It was like shattered. And I want to say it was an attack. I want to say it was an attack. And then I hear my song, You Don't Own Me. Okay, let me tune that down a little bit. I don't know why it's so loud sometimes. Okay. Back to the repair of the DNA. So as I'm doing that, I'm able to bring in the light codes. So they're coming from the sun, from the pyramids. Remember, I said you got to go into a different time warp, and then I was kind of seeing the pyramids. Now I know why. It's coming from the sun through the pyramids, and it's going through the energetic connections and into your DNA. All right, that's how we're doing this one. It has everything to do with all of that. Okay, and it absolutely has to do with 144,000. This is why you aren't feeling right. This is why you feel like you couldn't do it. Okay, this is going to help. This is going to help in a big, big way. But you got to rip the Band-Aid off, and you just got to be vulnerable. And especially has to do with a brother. It's a big deal. I don't know why. And he may fight you. He may try to bite your head off. Oh. All right, hang on. Because I'm feeling it in my wrist. Ah. So when I've had my first, it was like a tattoo I got here, and it lit up, and there's something going on with you too. So you're not Pleiadian, you're more Arcturian. I think we've talked about that. But I can feel it. I can feel it through my arm. I can feel it through my arm and into my. Just hang on. Yes, DNA activations do cause physical attributes to move, to change, and people will feel them when it's actually happening. It's unavoidable. It's actual work being done. So if you have supposed DNA activations and you don't feel anything and no changes occur, you probably got it through theta. That's not funny, but it is funny all at the same time. And it's also going to your third eye. So it's like boom. It's like boom. It's waking up to the next level. Oh, you were a little behind on this. This was absolutely needed. And that's partly why my head hurts. Plus that big release of the shadow body. It was a whole skin suit. That was a whole self. Do I have your permission to repair your daughter's DNA? I heard yes. Ah, okay. Your heart, I think, was related to all this that you needed to do because I am not drawn to your heart, but I'll definitely ask. Okay. But I got to go to your daughter's DNA. For some reason, it affected her the same, probably because you're both females. Same thing, same space. Okay. So, but it's not like it was broken, but I'm definitely going to do a repair. She's not ready for the, you've got to do a couple healings on her and it'll occur. You'll be able to do this yourself with her. The DNA activations will come. But it's like, because I know you're doing healings, you got to do a couple more, at least one more. And it's interesting because with hers, it does look smaller. Like it's just smaller. It's a smaller version of what I'm doing to you. It will help her. Her gifts will come later. She's a difficult case for this. Like she's going to have a more difficult time transitioning, and her gifts are going to be a little bit more difficult for her to come into because of just the manner that they are. Okay. It will play out though within a year's time or so. We all have these abilities, you guys. I don't care who you are. If you were born here, you have these capabilities. We just choose to rise into them or not. That's the ascension. Hello, you choose to come into your higher self, your best version of you, what we are capable of. This is why I tell you, theta, Reiki, it's not going to help you. This is true healing, okay? This is what I teach them to do, all right? Okay, so I did the repair for her, but I can't do the activations yet. She's not quite ready. You got to do another healing or so on her, okay? Get that V out of there all the way. They said you started touching on it for sure. Just do it again. Each time you do, you'll get more powerful. Remember, I've been doing this for a minute now, okay? I make it look easy, I know, but it's not. It gets easier. It's a vulnerability. And in strength, each time you do it, you get more powerful, you get quicker, things come faster, and then it changes and it just gets amazing. Okay. Remember when you see the heat to tune into that and do it more and do it more. All right, so I'm just gonna, when I'm in your body, Amy, I don't feel like my heart hurts. I think this was trying to tell you were missing something. You were absolutely missing that healing, and now you're switching timelines. Okay. And it did go through the pyramid portals. It absolutely had to. Okay. So it's a big up level. When we heal the shadow, we become into our pure potentiality, right? As Deepak would say it, your pure potentiality. You're just coming into all of you, right? We are removing the layers of shit that keeps us from our whole beautiful self. And so when you completely heal the shadow, you get more gifts, you get more insights, you become way more powerful. You are going into a void, though. You will be in a void for a few days, okay? It's a protection. It's to ease your body through everything I just did. My chest feels fine. Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with your heart. It was telling you what to do because that's what caused you to find me anyways, remember? So, and the headache will get better. That was a huge release. It already feels better. Okay. There's a little block in her left palm. I am going to remove that. It's like a little thorn. That was just from that shadow side you were releasing. Something with the brother. You'll know what to do, but don't let him dim your light. You have to allow his to shine. That's part of your, it's like a contract, right? We talk about those. All right, Amy. That's all Spirit wanted to do today. It's a lot. I'm coming back to myself. Oh, it's harder to get into my legs, and I don't know why. That's weird. They feel weird. It feels heavy. Ugh. Ugh. That was a good transition. Whoosh, thankies. Good thing I didn't wear makeup today. No, you can't do it without permission. You have to. And I got chills when I said that. So here's the thing. With our own kids, we can do it without permission until they're adults. Okay. My 20-year-old, I've had to get his permission, but I finally was able to give him a couple of my courses. I gave him my shadow one and stepping stones to awakening. But at first, remember, he thought I was just coping from the losses that I had. Now he sees it. So what it's like, if he bites your head off, that's okay. Keep speaking your truth. Keep offering him healing. Okay. He will open up to it. This is part of that contract, and I'm getting chills. You do have one with him, and I talk about this. It's our life purpose, y'all. We're meant to help people. We're meant to bring them through. If you choose, it's up to you. Nobody will force you. God doesn't force anything. That's the manipulation of free will do that. So you have to get permission, but trust me when I tell you, it won't be as rough as you think. He might bite your head off at first, and so just throw that shit away. All right. Oh, okay. So she's been really cranky, and you tried to heal her the last week. All right. The DNA repair came through for a reason. Okay, so I would just give her a little bit more time and do it again. She is not an adult yet. You can absolutely do a healing on her without her permission. It's easier with it, and so I would just try to do it for her. When she's cranky, just run the light through her and see what you get. Okay, if she's trying to hesitate, because I don't think in her heart she wants to hesitate. She just doesn't understand what's happening to her. You're so welcome. I'm glad you feel better. It was telling you something was wrong. You were missing something. That was a big shadow piece we released because it was trying to reattach. So you did the work with me. But you've got to use those tools every moment. Remember when I told you that shadow is strong, right? And so it will basically attack you. Okay. I'm glad you feel better. Now give yourself a couple of days before you do any healings on anybody, though. All right? That's that void that they were talking about. You have to release and recoup from what I just did. So a couple days and you should be good to go. Okay? And remember what happens when you don't listen. It make you sick. Okay? So listen. Okay? All right, let me readjust out of that one. I felt that shadow. It was not releasing. Yeah. As I was doing it, Amy, it was like trying to reattach. There was like a whole, had everything to do with the ego layer and with family. Like it was a deep one. It was a definite deep one, but it's gone. It can't reattach. I threw that shit into the ground. It's just a whole layer of you. It's like a death of you. That's why Osriel is with you. It's not always easy to let it go. And when we give it that little bit, remember my course I talked about, when you give it a little bit of power, it's like succubus. Like, oh, I got my way in, right? Okay, I was just making sure nothing else came through. So I think, Gigi, you sent a donation. Was it messages? Did you want general? And then we had Amy D. Am I correct? Am I missing anybody? I know Layla tried. I don't see anything again, but I think the last time that happened, Layla, and then I sent the request instead, and then it worked. So I'll try that if you want me to. You can ignore it, though. Amy D was next. Was she? Okay. Sorry. Thank you. Amy D, are you still with me? These are fun. I love doing these. Why in the world would I not want to do this today? Okay, Gigi, thank you. All right, Amy D. I am General, please. Oops. I did the wrong password. Okay, I'm not meant to go into that right now. It said nope. Okay. Amy D just wants messages. Let me calm my energy. That was a big release. My ears still ring. Hang on, let me make sure I got the right deck. And Gigi wants what I need to know at this time. Absolutely. Ooh, Amy D, I got a different deck I haven't used in a minute. Yo. I used to use this deck a lot. A lot. Why is this song so loud? See, that's why I think my twin flames try to tell me this, because it just won't stop playing. You don't own me. And I'm getting really good at like receiving some of the songs from him and stuff. He does it at specific times, but this weekend has been weird. I don't know how to read it very well. And then Spirit says I'm not allowed to know. So he's tuning me out. Kind of, but I hear this song really big time. So the pain this weekend was severe, and I learned to do some things like just to detach in ways, but not detach from him, because I think I would cry if I ever did that. It's confusing. It's a weird connection. Okay. Amy D. I get this deck. I love this deck. Do you own this deck? Psychic Tarot Oracle deck. It is by... I have both of these. There's one for the heart, and it's by John Holland. If you don't own this deck, they want you to have it. Amy D. Okay. Oh, something's going on with my twin flame for sure. Like there's pressure in my throat. This is not mine. Okay. Amy H says she has it. Okay. Amy D, you're definitely being requested to get this deck because they want you to start pulling them for yourself to learn how to read the messages. Okay. It's not an expensive deck. I think, what did I pay for this? Maybe $12. Okay. So work on that. I think I got mine on Amazon or Hay House. One of the two. Those are the only two I really get decks from. I should try Etsy. They have some different ones from what I've seen. What is the name? It is this. You can tell I've used it a lot. It's the Psychic Tarot here. The Psychic Tarot Oracle deck. There's two. He has one for the heart, which is his newer version, but that's not the one they want you to get right now. You can if you want to, but the one they really want to communicate with you with is this one. The Psychic Tarot Oracle deck by John Holland. Here is his second one that I have. It's for the heart, so that's the difference. You can get that one, but it's not exactly what they want to communicate with you yet. This is for you to communicate with spirit a little better. Okay, that's their goal there. Because if you pull them in the morning, get your daily guidance from them, this is a really good deck. It really, truly is. Holy shipwrecks, Sherry and Amy, that's some major healing. Like, I'm like ready for a nap. And I want some tomatoes and some cucumbers and some mushrooms. Aww, Amy D, did you just see what Amy H put? It is on its way to you, Amy, she said. Okay. All right, Amy D, let's see what Spirit has to say for you. I grabbed this deck because it's the one they want you to use, so I'll do both. I'll give a message. See what they have to say. Sorry about the transitional yawn. It's much better than burping sometimes, though. I'll take the yawning. Thanks, Spirit, for my request being heard. I don't always like to burp in y'all's ear, even though my healings are gross. It is what it is. I can't help it. All right. I remember the first time when I did a healing with somebody and I started gagging. They're like, I'm sorry. Are you okay? And I was like, no, it's a good thing. I was like throwing up energetically for her. She was like, oh my God. And then I'll feel their pains. They're like, I'm so sorry. It's like, no, it's good. It's temporary for me, right? It was permanent for you. It's so interesting, though. Aw. So cute. You guys are so cute. Ooh. All right. Amy D. I got to tell you, you're behind on some DNA activations, too. And it's my birthday. Can I give you one as a gift? I know you didn't do a healing thingy, but I can give you a DNA activation and diamond light codes. Would you like them? I know you didn't ask for a healing. I got to get your permission. Okay, so I will give you a message and then I will quickly do that. Okay. And why won't you resonate with the term goddess? Does that make you feel ill? Do you get angry if I call you a goddess? I can box you out. We'll box it out and then I'll hug you. I feel like you need that. I feel like you've got, I know I'm making a joke out of it a little bit. But with their, you have two major arcana cards that flew out too, and I'll go over those in a second. But the message here is when I call you a goddess, it's like you want to beat the shit out of somebody. Yeah, I know you don't feel worthy of the title. And I feel like there's a lot of built up resentment. I'm just making sure I didn't miss any cards. Built up resentment and some anger there, right? Oh, my hair. It's eating me, guys. It's eating me. It's so long now. Should I cut it off? No. Okay. I've actually cut my hair off 3 times, y'all. If I've never cut my hair off, can you imagine how long it would be now? It's almost to my knees again. Like it goes pretty far. I've cut 4 feet of hair off before. So if I didn't cut it, holy shit. I'm not gonna. Okay. But Amy D. Here's what I'm saying, and here's what Spirit is showing me. Okay. It's like, I know you don't feel worthy of the title, but there's something deeper. There's something deeper. They want you to learn patience, first of all. This is a major arcana. This is a life lesson that's not easy for you. That's what you're going through right now. It's a challenge. This is a life challenge. It's not easy for you, and it's part of your choosing to ascend because you've done a lot of the work with me. You want to ascend, and this is also part of your shadow. It's about learning patience. And there's about learning to connect with Spirit more. Because if you keep that spirit, that connection good, there's stuff coming for you. Okay, downloads, information. You got to keep the connection solid. That's why they want you to start pulling daily messages for yourself, and you resonate highly with this deck. Am I good so far? Am I going fast? Okay, back to the goddess message. You don't like it. There's some deep resentment there. It's like somebody snuffed that out of you. That's what I'm hearing. It's not that you don't think you're worthy. Somebody snuffed it out of you. It's like they embedded it into you that you weren't worthy, that you weren't pretty enough, that you weren't this, that you weren't that. Why can't you just do this right? Why can't you just do it like this? Why can't you understand what I feel? But this, it like got worse than that. Like I can keep going, and I don't. And that's why I said what I said. I don't care if you want to yell at me, scream at me, cuss at me, punch me. I might hit you back, and then we can hug it out. And then you can own the term. That's what you need. That was the validation you needed. And I'd be okay with that. You can yell at me, you can scream at me, you can do whatever you need to do, and I will just love you through it, right? You would not offend me. But that's the problem. It's like, how do I release this when everybody will judge me and nobody will let me release it? I don't know what to do. And you need that. It's that unconditional love. Okay? You are a goddess. So learn to connect with spirit more. This is part of the shadow that is being released. And I want you to learn patience. Also, this is a life lesson. It is really difficult for you to do this one. It's like you like to keep things very structured and very small. And it's very hard for you to expand out into the unlimited possibilities or pure potentiality. I remember doing my course, I would say it that way. That's Deepak Chopra's saying. Pure potentiality. As spirit calls it, to your pure enlightened self. Okay? It's a difficult transition for you. But now you're ready for the DNA activation and the light codes. These are going into your heart space, your crown, and your third eye. Okay? And I know you didn't ask for healing, so the angels are just going to help open you up for that. All right? And I'm bringing it down from the sun. Okay? So I'm going to need you to close your eyes for just a second. And you're going to probably feel a little pressure pop in your head because I have to open your crown all the way. It's like, boom. I just freaking blasted your crown open. It's like, boom. And you might feel the pressure. I feel the pressure. I feel the pressure in my right temple. It's really big. It's really big. It's really big. I got to open it up. We will close it, not all the way to where it needs to be. Okay. But it is quite wide open. So just bear with me. And this might be bright. So just kind of keep your eyes closed and just breathe. It's a lot. You're kind of backed up in this. And so you needed this a bit ago. Okay. So it's coming from the sun. It's like, remember how when I pulled the sun the first time, I could see the language that's written on the side of pyramids. It like lights up for me. And that's what I'm seeing here. And so there is a light language there for it. And I can do that for you too, if you'd like. Okay. I heard a yes. So I'm just going to do it. I don't need to open my eyes. Like itu ewa kutu wak tig bum wak tig wa bo tu ya kutu kutu bum but kete go akete wa akete wa kete kutu wa kete ama kete kutu tu wa ka kete kutu kutu aktu kutu wa akete kutu wa kete wa kete the way kete tu wa kete the wa kutu dia abu together. I don't have to speak that language when I do it, but it's quite fun because I can see it coming through the light of the sun, and it resonates with all the writing on the pyramids that I've activated. It all resonates together, okay? And this is going into your third eye, your heart, and your crown. It came in through your crown. It's also diamond light codes, okay? So this is activations and light codes galore. Oh. Whoa, that was a deep release, a foamy release. And so they're quickly closing up the energy. They're closing up the energy. You are going to feel this shift. It is going to cause you to go through a little bit more of a deeper dark night of the soul, okay? And it's releasing the shadow into that goddess that you are, all right? And fuck anybody else who says otherwise. Fuck them. You want me to say it again? Fuck them up the ass, Amy. Excuse me, right? That's part of your release. Get your power back. Because you are a goddess. Okay? I can hear someone, oh my God, she talks like that. You know what? Yeah, I do. Y'all don't know me yet. I get a little bit of wild. That's what I'm saying. If my twin flame showed up for my birthday, can I smoke a bowl with them, Spirit? I know I cleared that from the shadow, but if we're together, I think we could again. I don't know. That would be the best day of my life. And so y'all can get to know me a little bit, right? You're so welcome. I saw somebody left when I did that. You know what, you guys? When people put that into us, it's okay to release it that way. That's the best thing I can say. There's nothing wrong with allowing some of that to go. With My dad used to tell me to punch a pillow, and I've yelled at God. I've cussed at God. I've yelled at the angels. I'm like, you must freaking hate me, like, you guys have no idea. Like, it's okay. Don't judge yourself and don't judge others. That is not of God. Do you have to be perfect to ascend? No. Mm-hmm. No. I'm not perfect. Okay. That was awesome. Now we had Gigi, right? Let me transition out of that again. These are deep even for messages. Donita! God, I'm so glad you came today, Donita, because the other day I was like, where is Donita? I know you did the shadow workshop, but I have not seen you. So she is after Gigi. I was hoping Layla would too. That's okay. I really do want to do one for her. Woo woo! Donita, I've been thinking about you every day. Like, not a joke. So I'm really excited. All right. Gigi says whatever is needed for her. I don't even have to read that. And then Donita, I'm so excited. All right, Gigi. Ooh, Gigi, I get to go to my animal deck for you. Animal deck for you. I love this deck. I really do, and I don't get to use it enough. I just don't. I'm going to adjust out of that. That's why I didn't do my makeup, y'all. I knew better. Oh, Sunshine, I'm sure you have. No wonder. I've been thinking about you every day. And I know you did the shadow workshop with me. And then I also know that you did my monthly, right? I don't know if you received it. I don't know if you were there for that one. And so there's a lot, you guys. There's a lot of healing. If you do the work with me, check in because it's a lot to transition through. The stuff I do is very real and very powerful. And it will absolutely. If I do an actual healing on you that's medical, it's just as if you go in and have surgery, except for I don't cut you open and you don't have the recovery time that you would in a hospital. Your body, though, does continue to do things. You will see it. You will feel it. You will transition. You will continue healing. A few days late, you did the monthly healing. Okay. Yeah, you've got a lot going on. So I'll see what the messages say for you, okay? After I do Gigi's. I'm glad you're here, though. I've been wondering, been worrying about you. There's no coincidences there. You don't own me. Why is this in my head? Is it like, what does it mean? It's a lot for me to deal with. I feel like I'm going to throw up. Like, that was a lot. Whew. This weekend took a toll on my body, whatever is going on with my twin flame. That's why I was like, what's happening? Is he okay? And they're like, we're not allowed to tell you. I'm like, what does that mean? I'm not allowed to tune in to the energy. I'm not allowed to know what's going on. But I had some really cool things happen. And then it went into this song over and over loud in my head. And I got to go with what Malachi said. He said, believe in love. So I'm just going to believe that's still there. But it's like really loud in my head. And so if we can turn down the volume on the song, that would be greatly appreciated because I'm starting to take it personal. I don't own you. I know this. See, that's why I'm like, maybe he's taking his power back. I don't know. It's insane. All right. It is a little lower. Okay. Let's tune that down just a bit. All right. I don't know why it's so loud. I almost feel like it might be a smoke screen or it might be something he's going through. I don't know. It's taken its toll on me physically this weekend. All right, Gigi. Mm. Mm. First thing Spirit says, Gigi, is trust the process. And I used to hate it when they would tell me that. Amy D says, I wonder if you cannot get in because he needs to do some healing on his own. You want to know what I think it is with my twin flame, you guys? Why I can't get in? Because this isn't normal. And I love him. Like, I have fallen deeply in love with him over these last few weeks, especially. And so that has to be mutual. But what I think it is he just doesn't want me knowing what he's doing right now. It's kind of like I can tune into the angels and find out what's going on with my DM at any time. And I've been doing it. Now, let's say that he is either transitioning or doing something he may not want me to know. And so I can respect that. And that's what I feel like it is. It's like Spirit is telling me he's asking for privacy at this time. And I can respect that. Absolutely. I just don't know what to do with this song. I took it personally and I woke up crying and I'm like, I don't want to control you. I don't want to own you. Like, what does this mean? Because I'm used to my love songs that he throws at me. Does that make sense? And so I think that's what it is. I think maybe I got emotional and maybe I took that the wrong way because Malachi said believe in love. And so I'm just going to hold that. But I truly believe whatever he's doing, he just wants privacy because I'm connected to him and I feel him in a big way. And I can completely ask Spirit and they will tell me. Now, he can actually tell Spirit, hey, I don't want her in my energy right now. Don't tell her what I'm doing, these kinds of things. And it's absolutely respectful. And so that's my theory on it. Because the healing he needs, I have for him. So I don't, and the angels, like, they've given him some when I ask them to, especially lately, but they're waiting for him to come to me because I have healing for him. So I don't think that's it. I truly believe it's because he wants me to respect what he's doing right now. He doesn't want me to know. And that's okay. I respect that. Just stop throwing the song at me because I don't know what it means. At first, I thought maybe he was taking his power back from them, but it just keeps playing today, like, very loudly in my head. So I don't know. I'm not meant to know. I will just do my part and still believe in love the best that I can. Good thoughts, though. Let's see. Okay, Gigi. Trust the process. So when I used to hear trust the process, and I still hear that, it's like, what process am I trusting? What does that mean? Trust the process would piss me off. What process am I trusting, and why do I need to trust it? Where am I going? That's that part of the expectation, still trying to control at the same time. And so when they say trust the process, what that truly means is like the hangman. It's like surrender. Don't try to dictate. Don't expect anything. Just go with the energies at hand. Spirit, can we change trust the process to go with the flow? That's really what they mean. Okay, Gigi? So something you're going through, they're wanting you to go with the flow. What they're showing me is you're trying to force energy, and you can't. We can't force anybody to do anything. We cannot force others to receive healing. We cannot, and this is hard. This is going to be the hardest thing through the ascension, okay? Because with our loved ones, with all of these things, we cannot force anybody to do anything. Try being me. That's where I get overwhelmed. That's where I'm like, come on, I just want to shake everybody awake because I know the work that I did. 3-3-3-3. I know what I brought for this whole planet. And you're going to be able to not deny it even more every day as we go. And it's like, how do I shake everybody awake? How do I make them listen to me? Because I'm not here to, I want everybody to come with me. You know, I want everybody to have abundance and light and to release what doesn't serve them. It's really all it's about. We all get so lost and stuck up in all this. It's not stuck up. That's not the words. Like stuck in all of this confusion. There we go. That's a better way to say that. Of what the ascension means. And there's so much misguided information, and it's hard. It's not an easy thing to understand or process or fathom. And it is scary, and we are being forced. It's not like we have a choice, but we go either this way or that way, but we need more time. And that's the way I feel about it. It's like a lot of people are like, I need more time. I'm having a really hard time letting this go. I don't understand this. It's conspiracy theory energy, right? That's all in play. It really is. And it's okay. It is okay. It's like, take a deep breath. Spirit is telling me the way it works is people do have space. We do have some time, even though we don't. At the same time, it's like, trust the process, surrender to the flow, and as long as you're open, things will go. Okay. However, we can't force anybody. And I get that. It's like, I really do. I want to shake people sometimes and like, hear me, hear me, hear me, just listen to everything I say. And with society, they do have this tendency to listen to 3 seconds in, right? And then they're like, I'm out. And they don't keep going with it. And that's not how spirit works. And that's that urgent feeling. That's that horrible feeling that a lot of us are experiencing. And we're all related. Remember that. We're all connected. We all feel that in the collective soul. Ooh, yeah, there's some releasing going on for that. And it sucks. And it's a lot. It's pressure. It's pressure. It's pressure. And I feel like I need more time. But we cannot push against that energy. The only thing we can do is allow our light to shine and keep speaking our truths. Because spirit smacked me. They're like, shh, shh, shh. Only love, Bree. And I'm like, but it's a lot of pressure and I have a lot of responsibility. And they're like, yeah, you do. But everybody has to come into it in their own time. There we go. Okay. So let's just shine our light. Let's keep, Gigi, this is you. I hope you're hearing me. Let's keep shining our light from within. That means never dim your light. Never stop doing you. Never stop speaking your truths. Never stop feeling your joy. Never stop coming into you, doing the work for you. And that's why the spirit's like, you can't quit these videos. Keep doing them. I'm like, nobody's listening to me. They're like, they are. Relax. It's a lot to process. I'm like, okay, I got you. So I tone it down. I groove it back. And I try to give more love. Okay. And it's the same thing. You cannot force anybody. And spirit's like, hey, if they don't want to ascend, we cannot make them. But that's the thing, is when we have that push and that pressure, people will shut down and they're less likely to do it. If we kind of just shine our light and not try not to express our truth, right? You're going to help people rise that way. Okay. It may be harder. They may have to go through a little more strife. Understand? Because the way God works is he'll nudge you, but he always has the door open. Okay. So maybe I'll fall flat on my face this week, but he's still going to be there for me next week. Okay. Gigi, it's just making sense. So that's what he means by trust the process. Trust, and wow, with my twin flame journey, that was one of the hardest things I'd have to do. Trust this process, because it has taken incredible strength within me. Incredible. Okay. Incredible strength. And it's going to take us all. We're going to all have to embody some of that strength as we go through these times, and as we let go of expectations on others and of ourselves, and trying to understand what's happening through this ascension and this transition. And especially when we have loved ones who may have bigger shadow pieces, and we can't force them to heal it. We can't force them to see it. Okay. I got to speak this though, because it's going to get a little more heavy according to spirit before it gets better. And they don't want you shutting down, Gigi. I'll read that in just a second, Roger, because I'm doing Gigi's thingies. I'm like, I can't read it yet. But Gigi, as it gets a little harder and a little more scary, because it's going to seem like there's going to be people around you who are going to be going the other way. And there's a chance for that. I'm not going to lie. And I got chills all the way up my left side. I understand you have a very dear loved one that may not choose to ascend. It's the reality. Keep doing you. Do not dim that light, because that would be the only thing that would make this person choose to ascend. If you fuel that shadow, it will end up hurting you too. You keep shining your light, doing your protections, keep speaking your truth loudly but positively, just for you, showing the joy you feel as you heal, showing the miraculous things you can tune into. Start working on connecting to spirit again, because remember, you're a medium. Start working on that. Start connecting to spirit again. Start looking for that avenue to grow into your gifts, right? Like, you definitely do need to do that. And as you do that, you're going to give this individual the more of an opportunity to rise, because this individual is dealing with such a big shadow that if you push back, he will lose. And he's not ready to hear what you've got to say regarding him. Like, you could tell him, you need to do this, you need to do this. Why are you not getting this? It's super simple. Just do this, and do this. And he will bite at you, not physically, but energetically. And maybe a little physically too, like emotionally, right? So the only thing you can do is back off of that and keep shining your light and your love, and that will be his avenue. That is what's going to make this person choose to either ascend or not to ascend. But if you push the other way, the shadow is going to bite both of you. Okay? That's what they mean by trust the process. Because when spirit, no offense, just says trust the process, what the frick does that mean? Right? What does that mean? Well, now you know. Okay? For you, that process is a little different. All of us, we're all individuals. And spirit is just general a lot of times. It's like, trust me. Spirit school is difficult. Awakenings are difficult. Right, Gigi, hang on. There's one more thing for you. Because, my dear, on your end, you are also rising more and more every day. And that's why you're feeling this gap. You're not leaving anybody behind. Please don't think that. By you going backwards, you're going to hurt yourself. And you will also hurt the others. You've got to continue rising. Okay? You won't leave anybody behind by doing that. It'll only be detrimental if you don't. This is a bit of a layered message for you. This one's interesting. I've never pulled this card before. Fox Spirit. It says, think on your feet. Think on your feet, Gigi. What does that mean? This is an asinine message, and I wish I could almost change this card. Sometimes I want to change the cards. I've actually done that in my surrender deck because it was just a lower vibe card. What this truly means is that when we're in our head, we miss the message. But when we're grounded to the earth, the right stuff comes through. Okay? Thinking on your feet means sometimes taking action without hesitation, right? Thinking on our feet means we don't see clearly if we're not grounded, right? If we let our emotions take over, we're not thinking on our feet. Does that make any sense? This card is definitely strange. Thinking on your feet is an asinine message, because when you're in your head, you're not really grounded. Our head is a powerful tool, but it's a powerful enemy as well. It's part of ego. It's part of the shadow. It can take you down. That's why even Deepak Chopra, this is what I talk about in my course. That's what Spirit taught me. Is the less we think, the more we have. The less we think, the more power we have. The more we feel into our bodies rather than our mind, the more we know. That's what this card is trying to say. Think on your feet. Our feet are our connection to the earth. I remember when I first started meditating, there was this person who never had her feet on the ground. She would always lay down and meditate. Don't do that, please. You can when you get really good at it and when you're constantly grounded. But if you're first starting to meditate and trying to connect to the earth, those feet need to be on the ground. Wayne Dyer even talked about that. I'm like, look, he gets it. He talks about that. If you wake up between 3 and 5 a.m., get up and put your feet on the ground. There's a reason for that. And that's what this talks about. Think on your feet. Our head can be toxic. Our body is where everything is. Okay? Get out of your head and connect to that earth, and everything comes through then. Beautiful messages today. Quite profound. And we've got one more so far. which is Donita. All right, Roger, I can also read what you wrote. He says, today and always, the universe is always calibrating. Thank you. I'm blind sometimes. The day of your birth. Oh, may the universe always bless your success and all that you do. Stay blessed, stay safe, and happy many. And may God always smile upon you and your family. Thank you, Roger. And I was also thinking about your brother, too. Did he check up on his heart yet? Because it's a sure thing. It's an issue. He needs to check on that heart, Roger. Okay? I was thinking about you earlier, too. All right. Donita says, whatever I need to know. Okie dokie, artichoke. Oh, good. Thanks, Roger. I'm glad he did. All right, Gigi, you're so welcome. All right. Donita. Nope, Donita, it's different for you. Different. Crow tarot, and my ears ringing. Crows are very special to me. Very, very profound and special animals. If you see crows often, if crows follow you, you have something special in you. Do you understand me? They don't just choose random people. They are very connected spiritually. They are all over Egyptian pyramids. They are spiritual connection for sure. So as I would up level in my spiritual journey, crows would always be with me in meditation. Okay. Donita, it's coming out for a reason about the crow. Amy says, I have crows and red-tailed hawks. Yep. See, absolutely. I had blue jays and crows. Okay. Those were mine. Those would always come to me at significant times. They will do it in the physical and when meditating. Okay. Huge milestones on my journey. I would always be represented with a crow or a blue jay. Okay. And snakes. Ooh, and my twin flame has a snake too. In his solar plexus, waiting for him to step into his power. So that's truly what it's about. Yes, Donita, Spirit wants you to take it to the next level. It is time for you to take it. She says there's a huge one around my house. Okay, well, there's a reason for that. They don't come into people's presence randomly. They've actually put a study out recently that they said they're very cognitive in essence, like people are. Okay. Crows are very, very, very bright. They're very smart animals. I sat there and talked to one on my tree. I even got a video of it. We went to Manitou yesterday. I've been doing it quite often. And 2 crows were on the tree right above me, just talking. And I got a video of them talking. And once I stopped recording, they flew away. They don't do that randomly. Okay, even when I went to the mountains and freed Jesus, they were following me like crazy. Okay, plus in meditation, they'll come up. All right. Donita, you need to be meditating every day. She says, yes, he's loud. That's because he's trying to get your attention. Spirit's trying to get your attention. They want you taking things to the next level. You have to because you're getting behind. So remember when you said you weren't feeling good? That's why. Okay. Our bodies tell us, Spirit tells us, they send their messengers, which crows are one of them, blue jays, hawks, all kinds, right? They do use animals big time. Okay. They use the earth big time. That's why they say tune into the earth and get out of your head. Because what does our head tell us? Ego would tell us, you're crazy. There's just an animal. Blah, 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 blah. You're blah. I had somebody tell me that from the academy I came in. She's like, crows are just birds. Fine. If that's what you think, then that's your journey. Donita, that's not just a bird for you. Okay. They are not. They are highly spiritually connected. So are dogs. Oh my God. Very much so. Okay. Now, the animals are just like human species. We can have misfires in our brain connections, and some can be not as smart as others. Okay. Like I was just, when I said that I can see a dog being like, play, but that they still read the energies. They're still very connected. All right. But they're still super cute, and some are just super creepy. Same with birds. I had one try to kill himself in my car. I'm like, dude, come on. But the same token, they're highly connected. So please pay attention to that. They're trying to give you a message, Donita. It is time for you to take your connection to Spirit to the next level. You need to take it seriously. You didn't come through my stuff for no reason. And remember, you are a healer. You're supposed to be helping others, okay? It's done. You've gotten enough for you. It's time for you to start giving out because you're way out of balance. It is absolutely time. And this crow is like, hello, hello, can you hear me? It's spirit. It's spirit absolutely telling you what's coming for you because there's shit coming for you and you're behind, okay? Every day I want you meditating when you get up for 30 minutes at least. Remember when I talked about getting in the gap? It's super important. I've talked about that several times. That was part of my awakening process. I did it naturally. Plus Wayne Dyer talks about it. I did a meditation on my channel 2 years ago when I started this channel, whatever it was, where I did my own version of getting in the gap for us because some people struggle with the Bible version because of religion, right? And so I did one with like joy and love or something. But Wayne Dyer talks about getting in the gap with our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, because he talks about getting in contact with God through that, blah, blah, blah. Deepak Chopra talks about it too. I've learned all this. Like, oh, it's not just me. Anybody who comes to that spot will learn this, okay? Getting in the gap teaches you how to calm the mind. And it's not always easy. So when you first start, your mind can yell at you. Deepak talked about that. He's like, I have people telling me I've been doing this for 2 weeks and it's not working. His accent, I can't do well. And he's like, keep doing it. That's what we are conditioned. And this is what I talk about a lot with society. It's like very quick. If you're not doing this quick, I'm out. Change my oil quick, I'm out, right? Make me happy now, I'm out. Shit, you just missed everything, okay? And so it truly is, okay, this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is what the crow is trying to tell you. This card truly talks about you're about to lose everything, okay? It's like you're about to walk away because you don't know what to do, what it is you want. It's like I'm unsatisfied with all these beautiful, shiny things. They don't interest me, blah, blah, blah. And I'm about to walk away from everything. And that is why the crow is like, hello, hello, hello. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Because spirit is quite subtle. And that's why when you're trying to get in the gap and your mind starts yelling at you like, blah, 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 and it's really hard to get in that gap. That's just all that shit you got to undo, okay? That's why electronics are so detrimental because we're always on our phones. It's like, give me my phone, give me my phone. And when I do that, it's hard for me to get in that gap. It's hard for me to meditate. I will cut off my phone for some time, okay? Get in that gap. You need to do, it's like a detriment because you're about to walk away from everything. Not only is it our responsibility to heal, but like I've said, we've all got people we need to help heal. Okay? And that's why your crow is very loud and annoying the shit out of you. I would have not known that there was a crow by your place. I would have not known that you've been struggling. I've only been thinking about you. And this card went flying out. It's a big deal. It's like if you don't take this time to get connected, take your communication with spirit to the next level. And I know you want to do the academy. I still think about you very much so. That hasn't closed off yet. I've just been doing this twin flame stuff and my birthday and everything and got all this going on. And so it just hasn't happened yet. But we are about to open up the academy again, okay? So don't worry about that at all. That's not, you haven't lost that opportunity. It's coming. You're still on my plate, okay? But besides that, you don't need me to do this part. You need to get in the gap. You can use Wayne Dyer's. You can use mine. I did my own version of it on my channel. Go back all the way to the beginning of my guided meditations and stuff. I've done tons of them. It's in the beginning of my channel. Get in the gap. At least 30 minutes in the morning and at least 30 minutes before bed and maybe 30 minutes at lunchtime. And if not more. When I first had my awakening, you guys, I would meditate so much. And now they're like, meditate. And every time I do, I keep hearing this music and my physical vessel is taking a hit. So it's hard for me right now because the twin flame thing. You don't have that, right? So it's just you reprogramming your mind. And as we do it, just like the shadow, it fights back. That's what it's, our brain is a computer, all right? That's exactly what it is. And it will battle you because it's used to running. It's used to doing other things, right? When you try to get in the gap, it is like a battle sometimes. Keep doing it. Keep doing it until. Keep doing it until. Keep doing it until. And if you're meditating for 10 minutes every hour, good for you. If you're doing it more, good for you. You don't have to get crazy in it. I would hear stories of people like, oh, meditating for hours. Like, come on now, if you need that, something might be wrong. It's just about retraining your brain, calming your energy, because spirit is absolutely trying to talk to you. You need to up your level of communication with spirit. My ears ringing, okay? You're backed up. You're backed up in energetic responses and release and understanding. And I think you know this. So take the time getting in the gap. Pay attention to synchronicities. They don't just come in numbers for you. They come in symbols. It comes in little tidbits, license plate numbers, billboards, little things like that, okay? All over the place. Just if it resonates, it's absolutely a message. Why do we question that? We'll learn not to as you learn to communicate with spirit, and then you get validations, okay? Learn to communicate with spirit, and then you'll start getting validations. I'll walk you through it more when we go through the academy. It'll be coming here soon. Okay? Is that making sense? I thought more cards fell out, so I'm just checking, making sure. That's what I don't like when I drop cards. I'm like, did any go into any crevices? So good. No, I think that was the only card for you. My chair's loud. That's not me. Of course, now it's not doing it. Okay, does that make sense? And now you're getting it. Does that make kind of sense to why you've been feeling like you have been? Our body will tell us. You will get sick. If you're supposed to be on the ascension path and you find my channel and things aren't going right for you and all, there's reasons behind everything. Like Amy H said, her heart, when she first met me, we've talked about this on my graduation one. Her heart was causing her issues and she thought she was having a heart attack. And doctors were like, no, you're fine. And her body put her where she needed to go. It's not a coincidence. Your body will tell you. Spirit will nudge the shit out of you. They will use animals. They will use all kinds of things. And then your life will fall apart until you're just like, have no choice but to get it and to listen. Because we may have free will, but again, are you going from your full spectrum of free will? Because when we came here, we knew what we set out to do. And if we're not waking up to it in the physical, there's something possibly wrong. It may not be your free will. Okay, so spirit won't just give up on you. Your higher self won't just give up on you. And animals, they use those. They use our physical. We get sick. Things start falling apart until we start falling into place. That's what they call tower moments. Oh, you don't want to listen to where you're supposed to be. It creates a ripple in the universe. And that's when shit just goes... And then we are forced to go, wait, what am I missing? That's what used to spark awakenings, was trauma. That's why, right? My whole world had to fall apart before it fell into place. And I was where I needed to be. Okay, 777-5757 there, 777. All right, make a descent. These are really good. Let me make sure nobody else wanted anything. Sweet. All right. So I'm not seeing any more coming through. Got Gigi, got Danita, got Amy and Amy. All right, you guys. This was a lot of fun. And it was a really good way to spend my birthday. I don't know, some weird thing from PayPal. It's like I said, PayPal is freaking shit. Something about we put money on hold. Whatever. Anyways, PayPal is done. It's Elon Musk, by the way. He's like a CEO of PayPal. So I have a feeling eventually PayPal is going to be no more. It's going to be no more. It's going to be no more. Guys, that was freaking awesome. Freaking awesome. All three of my kids are out there like waiting on me. And I'm like, I'm going to go do a live for my birthday. They're being super cool. I haven't got what I wanted for my birthday, but I wouldn't have wanted this to not be part of my birthday. This was absolutely amazing. The only thing I wanted was my twin flame. I woke up quite depressed. It's not a joke. But I have to believe in love. That's what I'm being told to do. Besides that, this was awesome. Badassery. Do you guys have any questions? Aw, thank you, Donita. The thing I was thinking too is I don't know all your birthdays. And maybe I need to. Maybe I missed all you guys' birthdays. If that's the case, I'm freaking sorry. Happy birthdays to you too. I know Nika, so I was like, when is yours? Lacey's was way back in March, but I haven't had her number for a minute. Like, I'm just behind. Ah. So thank you all for celebrating my B-Day with me. This was badassery. I need a little bit of recovery from those healings. They were pretty good. Pretty good. And good thing I don't have a hot date tonight because I'm now looking like a shit. I gotta go get cleaned up. Let's see. Does anybody have, I'm going to see if there's anything they want me to finish this out with for the collective. I know that there's some scary stuff happening within the world right now, and I've talked about it. And if you watch my videos, you know I brought it about, especially with the shadow work. And then I mentioned in that video several times all the fires, and there's no coincidence that the fact that we've got floods happening, we've got fires happening. Things are divinely guided for the most part, right? I think that first fire may not have been. Because in my video I said it wasn't, but I feel like the rest from there are. And then they also, like me, there's like dead bodies coming out of it and all the water's almost gone. It wasn't a joke when I said I cut off life support to California. Now we're seeing what that means. What does that mean? Well, now we're seeing it, right? Lake Mead is really almost gone. They found 3 dead bodies in it last month too. It's like, ew, do people not realize they were drinking that water? What? And there's a reason I can't go to North Carolina. Number 1, I don't have my twin flame. Number 2, the weather is crazy no matter where you are. So the best thing I can say is, this is why Spirit says the best thing for you to be able to do is listen to your inner light and your inner knowing, because so many people are being nudged to do things, but they're not listening. Okay. So even if it's the craziest thing and you're being told to move and you don't know why, do it. You may soon see why after. Okay. It's not a joke. I said starting 2 years ago that I cut off 2222 life support to California. The work that I done is like a boomerang, but now it's getting faster and faster and faster. It's very powerful work. And it will change the planet. Okay. But it's also meant to awaken everybody and change all of you too. Okay. So just ride the wave. Don't be in fear and don't have expectations. Like, people are like, well, there will be new currency. Yeah, well, Spirit still talks about richness and abundance. And so don't have expectations to anything. Just be open and listen to your light. Okay? Aw, Amy H., you're so welcome. I'm glad we could do that. That was much needed for you guys. You're always, I almost forgot I was going to do an announcement for free sessions. So everybody that donated today can have a free session with me. I will send you my link. Congratulations. Happy birthday! Ah! Yay! So Sherry, Amy, Donita, and Gigi, right? Sherry, Amy, Donita, and Gigi. 5 free healing sessions because you guys donated. And you hung out with me on my birthday. So I now have Calendly again because the other thing was shit. So I'll just email you my link. Keep in mind I have a new job also starting August 15th. And so my schedule is going to be a little wonky. So I tried to go with that. So they're a little bit weird. Aw, you're so welcome. Yay! Right? Yay! It's my birthday gift to all of you. I said I was going to give away 1. But really, truly, I only did 5 today, so I can give away 5, okay? And then eventually, when I have too many expectations on those healing sessions, I may not be able to do them. So if you guys want to experience one of those, do it now. But I will send all of you an email, okay? Probably by tomorrow morning, all right? So Amy H., Amy D., Donita, Gigi, and Sherry, you will all be getting an email link with the schedule, my calendar. You're so welcome. Congratulations. That was my surprise. I was trying to keep that a secret. I was only going to do one. This is what I was saying. So just by morning, you will get an email from me with my Calendly link. Just schedule your appointment by the calendar. Okay? You're so welcome, guys. That was so much fun. Thank you for being with me. I love you all so very much. And yeah, let's ride this wave. That's what I'm being told. Ride the wave because big changes are coming. Okay? I'm so excited, and I will see you all again for a personal one-on-one healing. Keep in mind, these are full healing sessions, not a 30-minute. Okay? Rocking out. Rocking out. All right, guys. Thank you. Love you. Hasta la vista, baby.